Right, Simon. So we're talking about finger picking last time, or yesterday. Yeah. So we used Hallelujah as the example for it, okay? And then what we wanted to do was take what we learned from that and then kind of change it up a little bit so we can use it kind of anywhere, kind of use it more generally, right? So first off, we're up on the fifth fret playing a G chord, which gives us a C chord, really. Okay, and for the that Jeff Buckley version of Hallelujah, he's covering these two with the G. Okay, so it's not just like that; it's both of these. Or if you want, you can cover them both with your third finger like that. Okay, so we've got the bass. So now this is in 6/8, as I said. Okay, so each number of the six, a certain thing happens every time, right? So the one, of course, is the bass note. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the four is the high one. Five is kind of on the way back. You can hit the G string or the E string for that one, G string or the D string. And then six is that in between bass note. And then one, and then by the time you get there, you're back to one, in which case one is your bass note. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that in real time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then we did you don't really care. So that for that bit, we're not doing the in between bass bit. So the six is just another note on the way back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the verse there is G, E minor, G, E minor, C, D, G, D. Okay, so that's okay. And just keep in mind as well which string you're hitting for the bass note depends on the chord. Okay, so for E minor and G, it's the E string. Okay, and then for C, it's the fifth string. Same with A minor, A major, etc. And then for D, it's the D string, and of course that's true for D minor as well. Okay, so then to make it more kind of generally useful, as we were saying, much more music is in 4/4 than is in 6/8, right? So the easiest way to make that 4/4 is just to cut off the last two, right? So we know that the fourth one is the high one, so go up as far as the high one, and then just start the cycle over again. So let's say. C, A minor. And you can just kind of meander around with whatever chords you like. But remember, with the bass note as well, just make sure, the rule of thumb is just make sure the bass note has the same name as the chord, right? So if you're on an A minor, you should have an A in the bass note. And again, if you're not sure how to find the right note, then it's just a case of knowing what string you're on and what fret you're on, and just knowing that it goes from A to B or A to G, sharps after every one with the exception of B and E, right? So you've got A sharp, B, no B sharp, so C, C sharp, D, etc. If you're counting on this one, E, no E sharp, so F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, etc. So that's just one pattern that we could do, right? Just going down, starting off on the bass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we could have a double pick there or not, whichever. Another one could be bass note, note, higher bass note, higher high note. So So there's any number of different patterns you could do with it, but start off with that one anyway, just to kind of get your fingers moving, get that kind of muscle memory going, so that and in general, try to keep your movements small and conservative, right? You obviously you don't want to come too far away from the strings because then it's going to be harder to get back to them, obviously, right? And yeah, just write out and remember we did a good while ago we did Stairway to Heaven as well. No harm in trying that as well because there's plenty of finger picking to be done there. Pinches as well, which we didn't do last night. High note with a bass note at the same time. So loads of possibilities. So just so start off with that little bass line and then see where you go from there. All right, speak to you again.